Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. Today, I'd like to talk to you of another underrated film that I believe you need to check out. I grew up watching this film, and I remember actually still watching it in theaters as a kid. In fact, it's actually probably one of the most iconic movies I ever grew up watching to me, and honestly, it seems like nobody's really talking about it. I mean, the movie's almost is 20 something years old, 1998. So, who's gonna talk about a film, I guess, back in 1998? Well, one that doesn't make any an impact, but this one did for me at least. Um, and I think it's one of the earlier films to really center on like CGI characters and it's like a live action Toy Story, but as an action movie. Small Soldiers with the voices of Frank Lugera, Tommy Lee Jones, and I forgot the kid's name that played Alan. Um, Gorgonites and all that shit. Awesome. Excuse my language. Um, yeah, it's a action comedy. It's about basically this kid named Alan who works at a toy store, local toy store, discovers that these toys that they recently just um got for their business is able to come alive, and based on the design, these toys are able to come to life, and they actually try to have a literal war in the real world. And Alan, who is on the side of the Gorgonites, tries to help them out while fending off the villainous mind of Major Chip Hazard and his elite soldiers. And I'm trying to remember the name of the soldiers. I mean, they got the Gorgonites, and then I forgot. But this movie is a gem. I think to me, Tommy Lee Jones plays literally one of the best soldiers, lieutenants, or majors I've ever seen, but voices the character. But I think in a very iconic look. Major Chip Hazard, I think, is literally one of the best looking soldiers. Best toys, one of like the best looking designs I've ever seen in any kids movie. I remember going back watching the film, and I remember I got the toy. I remember I got the toy of Major Chip Hazard, and I think my brother had it too. I would just play around with it. I love the design on it. This thing comes alive. Two scientists pitch their idea to this corporate head, and I forgot the guy's name, but he played I think Gwen Stacy's father in The Amazing Spider-Man. He They pitch these the concept to the head, and then they uh, get them made. But one of them ends up literally putting these nuclear like weapon military chips, AI chips, into these toys, where they literally have a mind of its own and literally start acting as the concept that the creators made, and they literally start coming to life and trying to attack each other. And I mean, they literally go to war. You have these situations where Alan discovers. Also, Kristen Dunst is in this in her teen years. You have these tours literally come to life. Most specifically, the soldiers figuring out ways to destroy all the Gorgonite toys that they've come across and inherit, and to beat and to like destroy anybody that tries to help him out, especially the humans. And it's actually interesting that they'll go through lengths of rebuilding these other toys or putting these other chips. And once the AI, these toys learn about their own design and their own capabilities, they start to seek out more resources to build their own army, which puts everybody in danger. And it's humorous, it's funny, it's to me, it has quite a few scenes here that stood out, and it's very iconic for me. Like, and I remember seeing the TV spot in the trailer, And I remember seeing this scene. This is actually one of my favorite scenes in it, where Alan comes downstairs in his kitchen and you realize that I believe it was Archer, the head Gorgonite, who gets tied upside down and is about to get lowered down to the garbage disposal, and the soldiers make a run for it. Alan tries to save him and gets scratched up with some sort of blade by I think if I remember correctly, the toy that does it has the mohawk. His name's Nick Nitro. Gorgonite ally. Oh, you just met your match. He grabs him, puts his legs into the garbage disposal, and destroys him. And there's a scene later. There's a funeral that happens later as he crawls out of the garbage disposal. The film does deal with the concept of these toys. Are these toys actually coming to life? Alan tries to convince his parents that these toys are going crazy, and it gets very creative with this concept of these little toys that are just moving around, running amok around the town, and literally tries to destroy them. One of the best sequences in the film is actually, I think as a kid, there's rarely like a kid's action movie. One of the best action scenes for a kids movie is the finale, when the soldiers go up to the house, to Alan's house. I believe it's Allison's house, or it might be their neighbors. Kristen Stewart, or not Stewart, Kristen Dunst. No, it's Alan's house, and they start shooting up the place with nails, with flaming fire tennis balls, and they have so much one-liners and so much like it feels so iconic that this film is forgettable. Like it really stands out to me. Like this is one of my favorite Tommy Lee Jones's films, and it's one of my favorite kids movies growing up. And is this a kids movie? Yeah, I think kids who are like 8 years old to up would really enjoy this film. Maybe not anybody younger. Um, because this is kind of a dark kids movie. A bit. It's kind of dark. It's kind of dark. You're dealing with war themes a little bit. Um, man versus nature in a way. It deals with some interesting themes that I think kids from 8 to 10 up will better understand. And it does deal with, you know, some some violence. I mean, it's PG. I think it's PG-13. But this is a great film. This is a great kids movie. Small Soldiers. Have you seen it? Comment below. Let me know. Bring back the nostalgia and let me know what is your favorite underrated kids movie.